Hello, welcome to my diary. I'm Tatami, and here we talk about whatever I want to. And today, I think maybe we're about to make one of my lesser popular videos. Maybe we're about to blow my old last least favorite video of people right out of the water. I don't know. This mostly because I've come to learn that you're never too small for people's fans to find you talking shit about who they love. The Trump's fans have taught me that. They show up out of the woodwork from who knows where. And apparently Tekashi's got a lot of fans, don't he? He's out here breaking records with how many videos people want to see his music videos, and people want to see his Instagram live videos, and people are just out here ready to march for him, aren't they? They're like, what would you do? What would you do if you were out here? And so they out here wanting to hear his excuses. They out here praising his excuses. They think this all makes a lot of sense to them. But for me, I'm not here to argue that if someone sleeps with your girlfriend, someone sleeps with your wife, you got to be their best friend. Or if somebody tries to kill you at some point, you've got to be loyal to that person. I'm not here to argue any of that. I'm here to argue a totally different situation, which is the question, and this may sound like the mom in me, of why the hell you were there in the fucking first place. Why the hell were you there? Wow. Why did you show up on that block? Why did you join that gang? Why did you attempt to join what you understood to be a street situation with people who were often desperate, violent, willing to commit crimes to try and get out of the situation of desperation and violence that they have found themselves in pretty much since birth. And these people have a bond with each other over said trauma, over a lot of other types of trauma that you'll never understand as somebody who is a guest to this culture, to this community. Why were you there? Oh, right. It was because you wanted to make money. You wanted to sell music. You wanted to create a little persona for yourself. And then you found you were getting in deeper than you ever could have planned. And I'm supposed to feel bad. There's that saying about if you give a man enough rope, if you give a thief enough rope, a criminal enough rope, they'll hang themselves with it. And I think that explains Tekashi perfectly. He got into this little gang, and then he started tasting a little power. He was like, oh, you can call hits on people. And then he started doing a lot too much, didn't he? He was getting caught all up on camera. There's footage. There's video footage of this man doing too damn much in a very obvious manner that is like, even if they weren't really keeping the tabs on your ass, it would have been just very obvious that it was you. And walking around with your rainbow ass hair, doing too much to people, committing crimes. Why did you think he was gonna get away with it? I'm very confused. I'm not sure, but I'm just very not sure how he was there in the first place. He was doing too damn much, and then how he's shocked that once he starts doing too damn much, drawing too much attention to the gang, they're realizing, hey, this guy is kind of a blinking red light over here, just telling everybody about what's going on, basically. He's shocked thusly that they tried to take him out, because he knew too much. He was doing too much. He had a lot of information, and he's shocked that they were like, this guy's a liability. I'm supposed to be mourning that. I'm supposed to feel bad that he was a liability to a gang he didn't need to be in, and that he joined for the sole purpose of gaining some clout so he could make some money. And then people are out here arguing. People are out here arguing for this fool. I'm supposed to feel bad for him. He's out here like, what was I supposed to do? They were sleeping with my girl. They were trying to kill me. You could have just not been. He's like, what would you do? Well, I would have never shown up. That's what I would have done. I'd have found a different way. I'd have faked it like everybody else, hired people to show up on set, and then paid them their dues and said goodbye, like everybody else. Everybody else who fakes it doesn't actually join a gang. What? I'm supposed to feel some type of way for him, but the truth is that he has kind of shown that, where was he wrong? I'm the idiot. Because people out here ready to ride this fool's dick to the end of the earth. And a lot of them are black people. He's out here just screaming the N-word. He's also, let's keep in mind, remember when I was talking in the blackfishing video about people who take way more than they get in? They're guests to our culture. They want to be down with black people. They want to be down with black music. They want to make money off of black artists. But they don't ever want to put something in. And he has not put anything in, has he? He is not an exceptional rapper. He's not an exceptional lyricist. In fact, a lot of his stuff it's not that it's plagiarized. It's like he takes people's bars and then builds a song off of them. I'm not even sure it's him doing it. I think he probably has a writer who's just kind of lazy and is like, let's just pump this shit out. And so he's got writers. He's got people who are legitimizing him all around. Black bodies all around him legitimizing him. And black bodies in the gang that he's willing to throw into jail for life. He's got people all over that are here putting in blood, sweat, and tears and efforts, and then he's the face of this whole fucking thing. And he's out here just taking way more than he put in. If you're not telling me that all those men in prison sitting in there from that gang because he snitched on them is not a loss in the black community. Not saying that they were the most productive members. I'm just saying it looks clear to me that he took a lot more out of the black community than he put in. He didn't put in anything in our community, did he? He just sent a bunch of people to jail, took credit for a bunch of shit, is making a lot of money off of our music, is now the face of hip-hop, calling himself the king of goddamn New York. Everybody's out here just like, yes, yes, ready here to coronate him. It's absurd. I don't understand, y'all. He is not a victim. He is not a victim. He want to come out here and act like that, and people want to wax poetic in comment sections, writing paragraph dissertations about what would you do. Well, I would have never been in the gang. Because why? Because I wasn't raised on not only was I not raised on the streets, but I wasn't raised on that block. Who just shows up to a random thing and then is just like, oh, I thought we were all homies. Even though I was just here pretty much using you guys, using you so that I looked cool, using you for your resources and connections on the streets, which I do not have, using you for your information, for your dialect, for whatever bars you're willing to give me, using. And what's really sad is I just really don't understand how he has black fans, how he has so many black fans who are so willing to allow him to use and applaud it, are ready to give him a standing ovation. It blows my mind. I'm not sure what I'm witnessing, but what I can tell you is that Tekashi is not a victim. There's no sympathy in me that he got in way deeper than he could have planned. There's no sympathy that he hung himself with the rope that he was given. There's no sympathy in me that he's out here doing too much, was trying to kill people, tried to kill Chief Keef, tried to kill a bunch of other people, almost got, what was it, Nicki Minaj shot? Who is it? I think it was Nicki Minaj that he made a song with, and while they were on set, he switched rooms with her last minute, and they shot up the room that they thought he was going to be in, that she had been given at the last minute, and she could have died. Because he's out here doing too fucking much. But I'm supposed to feel so fucking bad. I'm supposed to just, my heart. For what? For what? Dude, your kids and your wife would have never been in danger. You would have never been in danger had you never been in that situation. I mean, your girl may have cheated on you anyhow, but you would have never had to be snitching on nobody to put nobody in jail because of it. Like, what? You would have just moved on, paid your dues for the kid that you had with her, and moved on with other women. It would have been very, very simple. But instead, we have this whole court case, and then I'm supposed to be feeling some type of special because you put a bunch of people in jail that you should have never talked to in the first place. Okay. How about this? How about don't join a gang? How about don't join a gang when you don't have any fucking reason to join? It wasn't like he really needed the money. It wasn't like he really needed any of this. It's not like we don't have a bunch of rappers out there who really don't have street cred. In fact, we could go all the way back to Biggie. Didn't Biggie grow up in like a kind of decent home with his mama and like not have to deal with all that stuff? But he was a voice of the streets. That's what he said. And we took it and we are like, okay, we can deal with that. We can deal with that with you being the poet of the streets. But see, he's not a poet. Tekashi's not a poet. He's not somebody with something to say. He's not somebody with something he's witnessed with something to say to uplift people and bring people somewhere and explain a story and talk about something that's really real. He don't have any of that. So he, I mean, maybe he couldn't have gone the route of Biggie, but I'm just saying, like, we have a lot of people. What is it? Rick Ross stole a whole man's identity. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Who looks at another? What grown man looks at another grown man and takes his whole identity so he can be him? That's the weirdest shit I've ever heard. But he did that to Freeway Rick Ross, and then he's out here with the clout, and he built up enough clout that he can still kind of pretty much get away with it, can he? He's still getting songs, still has his shit played, what have you. I don't see why Tekashi couldn't have gone that route, and I'm supposed to feel bad that he decided to really join a gang, and then what? It all blew up in his face. No. It's sad to me that people were waiting on the edge of their seat. 2 million people waiting on the edge of their goddamn seat for this man to go live on Instagram so that they can hear his side of what? It's like when somebody goes into like the bank to rob somebody, and then it's like everything goes to shit and they lose a leg, and I'm supposed to feel bad that they're legless now because their homies who they went to rob the bank with shot them too, blew off their leg. No, I don't feel bad for you. You showed up to rob the bank. Why? You showed up to do some crimes, and then you're mad that the criminals you were with were not particularly pleased with the job you were doing, so we're willing to get rid of you. Oh, who could have seen it coming? Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching me rant about this shit. I will see you next time. May your ancestors and spirit guides be with you at every crossroads.